for your girl.
That's right, it's a podcast.
It's pop for your girl.
We got to go out.
Pop for your girl. It's pop for your girl.
All right, what's up, you guys? It's your girl with GOCHI here, and welcome to Pod for Your Girl. Listen, I am super excited to have you guys join me on today for this phenomenal episode where we are going to be talking about friendship and networks. Okay, so I got my girl, Miss London Elixir, in the building, and she is our go girl for this episode. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about her and why she's our go girl, y'all. All right, so London Elixir is an exciting new talent in the world of sync licensing. If you don't know what that is, she's gonna break it down for you guys so you can know what that is. And currently based in Atlanta, London has made a name for herself by producing custom music for a range of sync and ad clients as an independent creator. This sync queen, yes, okay. This sync queen produced songs for NFL star Juju Smith-Schuster's Do the Juju Dance Challenge, which received over 10 billion views on TikTok. Let's go, okay? Her credits also include HBO Max, Hulu, Disney Plus, MTV, and more. Listen, y'all gotta know all about my girl, Miss London Elixir. I can't wait to dive in. She's not only a producer, but she's also produced the film Sink or Swim, which we're going to talk about today. She actually produced a feature film, y'all, which explores attainable ways to monetize music as an independent creator by following her sync journey. Not to mention that she is an author, okay? And she is a DJ. Let's go. Which y'all probably already done seen her on TikTok, let's be honest. So I'm super excited to dive into today's episode. But before we dive in on the episode, I just want to give her her flowers and say, go girl!
Thank you.
You are amazing. That is a phenomenal bio. That's just a phenomenal work of art, everything that you've been doing. And I truly just want to celebrate you as a woman of color, as my sis.
Yes.
I want to give you your flowers right now and say you are doing big things, because I just feel like we don't support each other and celebrate each other enough. So anytime we can just slow it down and give each other our flowers, why not?
Absolutely.
So
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. All right, so you ready to talk?
I'm ready.
Okay, so as our go girl, we're gonna get your perspective on the idea of friendship, and I really want to hear like what you have to say about that. But I also want to hear about how building your network helped you throughout your journey from filming to DJing to all the good things. And then too, I want to slow it down for you guys, because I know you guys have heard your network is your net worth. I know you guys have heard that saying. And so, first of all, I want to get your take on that. Do you believe that your network is your net worth?
1,000%. Yes. Like, of course. There have been so many times where like I've gone to events or, like just supported other people, and then like I see it come back because they may have recommended me for an opportunity, and like it happens like it just happened last week. Like somebody who I'm friends with, they got an opportunity, and in their opportunity that they got, they were able to also provide opportunities for their friends. You know what I'm saying? And like I happen to be one of the friends who is going to be blessed by the opportunity that they got. So absolutely, your network is your net worth. Like a lot of speaking engagements and things that I've done have been because of word of mouth. Like somebody is telling somebody about me. So networking, like you may not know like how far it will take you when you first meet somebody, but the possibilities are endless when you're a good person, when you do things with integrity, and you show love and support other people. It comes back. So absolutely, your network is your net worth.
That's good. And y'all, listen, me and London have known each other for maybe like 6 years.
Yeah.
About 6 years. My son is 7. And so, wait, you knew me when I was pregnant, right?
I don't think I knew you. Wait, yeah. No? Was it? Were you pregnant when I met you? I feel like I don't think you were
7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay, but we're going to say 6. because I know I definitely knew you when he was 1.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we've known each other for 6 years. And so the reason why I'm saying that is like I met you when you first moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
You came down here solo dolo.
Yes,
From
ma'am.
Columbus. Okay. And so I just want to hear about that because you know, you didn't know you were going to be who you are today then. You didn't know moving to Atlanta that you were going to find success in sync.
Right.
You're going to, you know, be this famous DJ on TikTok.
Yeah.
You're going to be all of these things that you are today. But so what can you say about that journey? Like when it comes to like building relationships in a new city, a new state, and how that actually like plays a part. And also I want to talk about any fears that people may have about, you know, doing that.
I mean, it's always risky when you are taking that like leap to move to a completely different state. I really barely knew anybody here. So, and all of my family was back home. You know, I had one cousin here, I think, and that was it. Like I just moved down here solo dolo, like you said, and I knew what I was moving here for. So as far as like a fear, I think that like your purpose has to take a higher priority than whatever fears that you're having. Because like that's what's going to get you through, you know what I'm saying? So like for example, when I first moved down here, there was another artist from Columbus, Ohio by the name of Essence of hip hop who had moved here as well, but she had been here already. So I hit her up like, hey, I just moved to Atlanta, what events are going down? And she was performing, and she was like, you know, come out to this event, I'm going to be performing out on Edgewood. Okay, so I go to the event, and she was late because Atlanta, you know, nothing starts on time. I didn't know that. You know, I'm on time to an event in Atlanta, like on Edgewood. So just imagine, like nothing was ready. So she wasn't there. So I was by myself. That forced me to either sit in a corner and do nothing or remember why I came to Atlanta in the first place and make connections with whoever was there, which is what I decided to do. I like went outside to hype myself up. Like, okay, you are not here like to just be doing nothing. Like you're here because you're trying to make music a thing, and you know. So I was outside kind of like hyping myself up, and this group of people came outside too because like I said, the show wasn't ready to start. They were on time too. And I was like, hey, do y'all do music? And they were like, oh, he does. We're here to support him. It was an artist by the name of Hippie Cree, and like his crew was with him. And I was like, okay, I'm a music producer. And I just like exchanged information with them, like hung out with them. And like he was performing at a lot of places. So I started going to his events to support him. I would meet new people at those events, start going to their events. Like, and that's how I quickly started like making relationships in Atlanta. I was just going to support people who I met. And while I was there, making sure that I was meeting other people. So that fear of, I don't want to talk to anybody or I don't know anybody or that had to like, you know, just fall underneath.
You started to change your mindset.
Exactly.
That became your new norm.
Exactly.
Like, just meet new people.
Exactly. You have to make new norms. So yeah, that's how I was able like to make that transition work for me.
I love it. And so it opened up the door for you to get into the film industry. Hey, you guys, now we are going to have a word from our episode sponsors. Yes, you guys, we got sponsors. Check these amazing products out. Okay, let's talk about finding the best products for your business without breaking the bank. Whether you're just starting out or been running your side hustle for a while, sourcing quality, high quality, affordable products is key to growing and scaling your business. Okay, so that's why I'm excited to tell you about DHgate. Yes, you guys, if you haven't heard of DHgate, it's a one-stop online marketplace where you can find just about anything for your business at wholesale prices. From fashion, beauty products to electronics and home goods, DHgate connects you directly with suppliers. Yes, y'all, so no middleman, helping you save on every order. I know how tough it is to keep costs low while still offering your customers top-notch products, but with DHgate, you can do both. And the best part, they offer buyer protection, so you can shop with confidence knowing your purchases are safe. So if you're ready to stock up and save big, click the DHgate link in this episode's description and start saving using DHgate today. Trust me, you'll be amazed at what you can find and how much you can save. Once again, click the link down below in the description. And let's get those business shelves stocked, sis. Don't forget to use the discount code GOCHI and go check out Ritual right now. I promise y'all, I'm using this fertility support drink. It's a 3-in-1 drink, and it really does help you guys. Most of all, the taste is really, really good. I know you guys, some of y'all may have help while you are on this journey to motherhood, and you may be using products that don't taste as good, or that you don't really like to take on a daily basis. But let me tell you guys, this stuff, it tastes like lemon. You're gonna love it. And one of the things that I really love is that I take it twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. And it gives me the confidence that I need to know that my body is going to do what it needs to do as we are preparing to bring our third child into the world. I'm not pregnant yet, but I'm super hopeful that within the next few months, with the help of Ritual, this 3-in-1 drink mix for fertility support, that I'm going to be getting the good news any day now. So I want you guys to definitely go over and check out Ritual. Go over and check out Ritual right now. And they have a lot of different supplements on their website, not just the 3-in-1 fertility support. So if you guys just need supplements for a day-to-day basis, for women, for teens, your teen girls, they have some amazing products on their website. And for everyone who is a part of the Pod for Your Girl family, I want you guys to use the code GOCHI at checkout so you can save on your first order. Also, the link is in the description of this episode right now, so you could just head on over, click the link in this episode's description, head on over to Ritual and see their site, y'all. One of the best things about this brand that I love is that all of the ingredients are traceable. So if you're thinking about this fertility support drink mix, if you're thinking about this and you're family planning right now, it gives you the confidence to know, like, okay, I'm not just putting anything in my body, but I'm putting something in my body that I know where it comes from. So when you go on the website and you are getting ready to add your stuff to the cart, in the about, you'll be able to see where the ingredients come from, you guys. And I love it. It's amazing. This stuff is truly amazing. So please, please, please go check out the website. Check out the website. You got to have your daily dose of supplements and goodness and all of the things that you need to continue to drive your body, y'all. You can't do this alone. So go check out the website and start putting the nutrients back into your body. We pour so much out that we have to start to pour back into ourselves. And so, yeah, go check it out. Use the code GOCHI at checkout, or click the link in this episode's description so you can save at checkout. Hey girl, are you ready to turn that passion into a thriving online business? Whether you're just starting fresh or looking to grow what you've already built, Shopify is the platform that can make it all happen. I personally love how easy it is to use, even if you're not super tech savvy. From stunning website templates to powerful tools to manage inventory, payments, and shipping, Shopify has everything you need to run a successful business. And here's the best part: you don't need a big budget to get started. Shopify offers affordable plans to fit any stage of your business, and they've made scaling easy when you're ready to grow. So if you're serious about taking your brand to the next level, it's time to stop waiting and start doing. Go ahead and click the Shopify link in this episode's description, and you can sign up or transfer your existing website to a Shopify site today. Trust me, you will not regret it. Let's make those business dreams a Shopify reality. You guys, thank you guys for tuning in to that word from our episode sponsors. Now let's get back to the episode. Right? And like, tell us a little bit about that, because first of all, I saw the short film, and that was amazing because it taught me so much. Like, I didn't even know about singing. I didn't know that was a thing. Like, of course, for those of y'all watching, of course, Sync, and I'm gonna let her tell y'all about it. But you hear stuff on TV shows. You hear like, you know, the background music or the music that kind of like introduce you to the new scene and stuff. But that's actually like a process, and so I want her to talk about that, and I want her to talk about her film that's actually raising awareness on this industry.
Okay.
And so yeah, let's stop there.
Okay, let's start there. Yes. Okay, so sync licensing is anytime that music is paired to pictures. So that's on TV shows, films, commercials, things like that, advertising work as well. And there's money to be made that a lot of independent music creators don't know about. They're not, you know, privy to how to get into that world. And that was something that as soon as I found out what it was, I wanted to make sure I could figure out how to get into it. So I spent some years trying to get my foot in the door, trying to get music into libraries and trying to get placements on TV shows, and finally started connecting directly with music supervisors, who are the people who actually place the music in the shows. And once I started connecting with music supervisors, that's when I was able to actually start getting placed. So like I've had music on HBO, ESPN, Disney Plus. I had stuff coming up on Netflix. I just got my first movie placement for a film called Honora. Shout out to Honora. It premiered at Cannes Film Festival and won the highest award at the film festival. So that's going to be coming to theaters soon. Yeah, I've done like ad work. I've done commercials. Like she said, I did the TikTok campaign for Got Milk in the NFL's Juju Smith-Schuster, which hit over 10 billion on TikTok. Pretty much every network, like, or streaming service I have music on at this point, but it all started with like, you know, figuring out what it was and starting to make those connections. So that's what sync licensing is. How that led me into creating a film about it. As an independent music creator, you're always trying to make new connections when it comes to the sync world. And one good way to meet music supervisors is, you know, to go to film festivals. So I started going to film festivals to meet music supervisors, and I figured if I'm going to be at a film festival anyway, might as well have a film, you know. So I'm just an overachiever like that. So
my hat in the game. Let's go.
Yes, exactly. So I just went ahead, created a short film, and this ties right back into friendships and networking, because if it wasn't for my team, like the film would not be as good as it was. So we did the short film first to submit to some film festivals that we were going to meet music supervisors. And I figured that the film should be about how to get your music on TV shows, which is what I was already doing anyway. So we did a short film. And then after that, we decided that we wanted to do an extended, like a feature-length film, to actually dive deeper into exactly what's going on the business side, dive deeper into my story, like coming from Columbus to Atlanta and how I started making those connections. So the film is actually very informative. It's documentary style, but you'll learn so much about sync licensing and really just about entrepreneurship and resilience. So shout out to Coco Lamage, that's my team. Ogechi, Jamal, and Maddie. Like if it wasn't for them, like the film would not. It's crispy, y'all. It's fire. So if you shout out to the team. So yeah, that's a little about the film.
See how she just shouted out her team?
Yes.
And so talk about that. Like, how was it working on a team with of that magnitude? Like, you know?
Yeah. So the funny thing about the team, it's the same team from the short film, like into the feature length film, same exact people. But so Jamal, for example, he is just somebody who I was already working with musically. I got some of our songs placed. Matter of fact, everybody on my team, they're artists and songwriters as well. And I have music on TV shows that I've produced for them, like that they, you know, that I was able to get placed. So like starting there, like, you know, like we already had that connection.
Let's go.
So Jamal is somebody who's like a really good friend, Mogul Mall. I'm always calling him Jamal, Mogul Mall. And I was just like, you know, I had this idea, and he's like, you know, you have those friends who, you know, you could tell your idea and it's going to be safe with them, and not safe in the sense of like you're worried about them leaking the idea, but safe in the sense that you know that they will be encouraging and supportive of it.
Good. Yeah.
Because you have to be careful who you tell your visions to, because they might not be supportive and they might try to kill your dream before you can even manifest it. So that's when you're picking a team, let's start there. But after that, So yeah, I told him my idea. So he's good at helping me to like logically think through things.
Mm-hmm.
So his role is like we think alike. So it's good to have somebody on your team who thinks like you, who can help you like lay some things out. So that's Jamal.
Yes.
Maddie, songwriter, Fire, that I work with often, and she was shooting music videos for herself to promote her music, like rehearsals. So y'all can check those out on YouTube. And I was like, hey, I'm doing a film. I know you shoot music videos. Have you ever thought about shooting a film? And she was like, no, but I'll try. Like, it's good to have people around you who believing in you, because they'll try new things,
right?
Because they know, like, okay, like I believe in this project. So
yes,
Maddie is the cinematographer. She shot the short film and she also shot the feature length film. Then there's GOCHI, which was the unexpected thing, because I had Maul and Maddie already in on it, and I was planning it. And GOCHI, I had her coming to do an interview scene for the short film. Like I was interviewing people who I had worked with. And after I got done with her interview, she was like, I know you're like, want me in the film, but who's editing the film? Because she says, I looked at you, Maddie and Maul, and I knew none of y'all was film editors. So I was like, she asked me, who's editing the film? And I was like, man, we gonna figure it out. Like, that's another thing. Like, when you have a dream, like, I'm gonna put some pieces in place.
Just start moving.
Just start moving. Because I hadn't even gotten to that part yet. I was just like, I don't know, but we gonna figure it out. She's like, well, my degree is in film. Like editing, that's what I do. Did you know that? And I was like, no, girl, edit my film. so shout out to God, because he put that piece like right there, like film editor. And I'm telling y'all, Ogechi's fire with the film editing. Also another amazing artist, performer, songwriter. But you never know, like, these other skills that your friends and your network can offer to your projects, because I had no idea. And shout out to God for putting her in position, and her for being open and willing to, speak up about her gift. That's the other thing. You never know what people need. So you got to speak up to get yourself in position. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the team.
I love it. So you come from Columbus, Ohio, move to Atlanta, start building a network, building friendships, going out, meeting people, and then doors start to open for you in the sync industry, and you still, this same network that you built when you moved to Atlanta, the same people that you came in contact with, did work for, had stuff for, whatever, you started to tap on that. You started to tap on your network, tap on the people that you knew, and they were tapping on you and saying, hey, I can do this and I can do that. And so y'all began to team up. And I love what you were saying too about just the sync side of it for a second, because please tell the people that y'all are eating from this. That you get paid from sync. Like Netflix pays you. You get a check. And so it's not just you getting a check, but the artist getting a check too.
Which is like amazing. Not to cut you off, that's like one of the things that I'm most proud of with my sync career, is that I was able to get not only myself paid, but the people who I work with paid. So like, yes.
So your whole network eat.
Y'all eat.
Yeah. I love that. And so, girl, so just kind of like tell us a little bit about that, and like the journey and the space of being in that with people that you, because I can hear you talking about it and you actually love them and like care about them. And so it's not just like, okay, here go your check, or, but it's like,
it's an amazing feeling to be able to like, hey, send me a Venmo request for X amount of dollars for this song. Cause we got to do everything. Like I need to have it like documented for business purposes, but it's just lovely when I can send that text, hey, send me a Venmo request for this amount, because it's like, it's one thing to, enjoy working on music and have fun with your friends and create music, but it's another thing to be able to eat off of it, especially when everybody else is trying to make money, but you get in a position where you can help that, further that agenda. So it's not just like, what's the purpose of getting up if I'm the only person eating? I want to share that with people. Recently, I actually just got a placement with this girl I grew up with. She does music. She's here in Atlanta too, Taylor Nixon. And I just got her first placement. And like, I'm about to be able to send her a check for $1,500. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, it's a big deal, you know, like just to be able to, it's just, I love them. So like to be able to put money in their pocket is like a blessing. Like,
Right.
and I just hope to continue to be able to do that. I've gotten so many people their very first placements on TV. Like it's not just me winning, it's like me winning for them and with them. Like, so it's a blessing. Shout out to God. And that's why I wanted like pass this information about sync licensing along, because like you could do it too. Like it took me so long to figure this out and, you know, get the connections and all of this, but if I could pass that information right back along to somebody so they could do it for them and their team, and y'all could start eating off of stuff that I was able to, you know, take some time to research and learn about. Like, I'm not gatekeeping, I'm not that type of person. So yeah, it's a blessing for sure.
I love it. I love it. And so this is why she's our go girl. And I want to wrap that segment up with just saying that like she's a whole boss out here in these streets doing big things, making sure her network and her friend circle, they are eating and they are working and, you know, moving together, which it should be. And so
Yes.
for those of y'all out there who are afraid of building a network, building a friend circle, listen, take a page from Jasmine's book, London Elixir's book. I call her Jasmine. That's a government. Don't tell them about it, okay? Take a page from her book because it worked for her. And so you have nothing to be afraid of. Get out there, build a network. Sometimes it could go sideways, y'all, which we're going to get into right now in the Pat Your Weave segment. And for those of y'all that don't know, the Pat Your Weave segment is literally my favorite segment other than the Go Girl, because we get to break stereotypes. And today we are breaking the stereotypes about toxicity and loyalty. So being loyal to a friend group or a friend circle or a network, and you just in there and you just going and you know it's toxic vibes. We are breaking that ride or die spirit, y'all. Okay. I know y'all heard about it, ride or die. And I know y'all went out and saw Bad Boys for Life, Bad Boys 4, okay? And they still out here talking about some Bad Boys for Life. You've been in there, okay? And so, listen, but the thing is, that is a movie. It was a movie. And for those of y'all who didn't see the movie, there was a scene where, spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, there was a scene where Martin Lawrence was talking about how him and his co-partner Will Smith in the movie were, they were lifelong partners, like they had been in other lives together or whatever, and like they were in other lives and they were different people, but they were soulmates for life. And so they died and they came back as different people, but they have always been in each other's lives no matter what. We don't believe in reincarnation, but that was the movie, okay? And so the thing is that it got me thinking, like, you know, sometimes we take that loyalty and we just like, man, I know this person hurt me, but I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna be there because we gonna all eat together. I want us to all eat together. You know, we gotta make money together. We gotta do this thing together, ride or die. We started it together. We gonna make it together. We gonna make it to the top together. Y'all know what I'm talking about in our culture. Like when you start something with somebody, or y'all, let's say y'all went from nothing, and now, you know, y'all trying to grind together, and you could be in a crab in a bucket type of situation. And so the Pat Your Weave segment is waking you up today and saying, break that stereotype of ride or die, because at the end of the day, what God may be calling you to do something that he's not calling them to, or they may be holding you back, or that toxicity need to get out of your life, sis. And so Jasmine, or you know, London. Sorry, y'all. I can't get used to it. But it's a mutual thing. Right. She know. And so London, tell us, have you ever been in that experience? Have you been there, done that? And what advice can you give to the people to pat their weave and wake up?
Man, listen, I've been in that situation and like on different levels. Like there was it's all music related. So like there was a situation where I was connected to a studio. And I was with them in their building process. Like they were just like their rooms weren't even finished at the time. Like they were still constructing, and you know, like I'm helping them with everything, like producing their podcast, bringing people into the studio, getting people signed up for membership so that the studio is making money. Like just whatever is going on, I was like really being an asset in that environment. And granted, I was like learning things in the environment as well. It always felt like I was a part of a team there, until they decided to start putting everybody on memberships. And like they wanted, everybody to pay to be around. And I'm like, I'm bringing in more money than what your membership is requiring. Why should I have to pay to bring y'all money? And I was like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense business wise. And then it was like, well, if I'm going to pay this membership fee, like, because it was like a certain dollar amount for a certain amount of hours of studio time. And it's like, well, if that's the case, if I'm paying to be around here, every hour that I spend up here is going to be for me. It's not going to be for the studio. It's not going to be for like planning y'all's events, helping y'all with scheduling, like bringing people in. Like, that's not what I'm going to be doing. Then if I'm paying to be around, all of that needs to, whatever I'm doing up here needs to benefit me, not just y'all. Oh, well, you can't be on the membership if you do that.
We both felt
like there you go. Like, okay. So I had to like that. You have to understand when certain situations are no longer serving you. You know what I'm saying? Like when they no longer fit into where you're going. And that's okay. Like I feel like for the time that I was there, it was a good experience. But there are moments when you realize like, I was being used to a certain extent, because when it came like time, like when it came down to it, I wasn't really a part of the team. I was looked at as like money, as a dollar amount, and like and free labor. Exactly. And I was like, well, then this isn't going to fit with me anymore, and I had to leave that studio. So that's like one example of like a toxic environment. And like I could have stayed there, like, well, I've already been here, and I'm like, and just but no, that's not, no, if it no longer serves you, it's okay to move on. Another situation was with a guy that I was dating, who also was from my hometown, and we moved he had moved to Atlanta as well, and we were doing music and stuff, and eventually realized like he started to feel like he was better than me to a certain extent. Like he was belittling my opinions and like studio environments, and starting to just kind of treat me different. Considering like, which was crazy considering that the situation that he was in, I was very much involved in helping him get to that position. And it wasn't even a big position. Like that's the craziest part. It's like you see people's true colors come out when they get a little bit of crumb, a little crumb of something, a crumb of something. It's like, I don't even really need to eat off of that, but like, you don't even want to, like, the fact that you got this crumb and you over here like this, and it's like, I'm not trying to get your crumb, my dude. I'm happy you got it, but like, like, so being treated differently, and that was a relationship I was in, and like I had to realize like this is not the type of relationship I should be in. But you have to pay attention to how people act once things start going up for them, because like how they act when something small happens is how they're going to act when something big happens, and it's going to be on a major level. And it's like, if this is how you're starting to treat me now, and this ain't even a big deal in the future. Listen, like God forbid, like you get into a position where you can actually treat somebody wrong, like, or choose like this popularity or this clout over integrity and character and just godliness. I don't know. It was just very eye-opening. So that was a toxic situation. I had to leave that relationship as well. So you don't have to feel like you have to stay loyal to people like just because y'all started off like, or you seen them come up, or y'all came up together. Like y'all could grow apart. Everybody could go, and I wish everybody the best. Him, the studio, like I hope everything works out for them and that they do better business and treat people better and like all of that. Like that's fine, but you don't have to stay connected to somebody just because y'all were connected at a certain point. Like everybody's not going to be on the same. Y'all not going to stay on the same trajectory forever. So it's okay.
So please, like, y'all, break that stereotype right now. Ride or die ain't it. Okay? Because what if you on the dying side?
Exactly.
Okay? You trying to ride, but you really inside dying.
Yeah, literally. Like I used to have to put on face. Like I'll pull up to the studio and have to pep talk myself. Like, all right, turn off Jasmine. You're London. Just go in here and just do music. Like, don't even. You shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then so I want to ask you this, and you don't have to say if you want to, but were you getting paid? or
No,
were you getting commission off the people?
no commission off of
So it was just
anything.
you
I
building
was
your
literally like
network
building
in
them
there
up.
and building.
Yeah, like what would happen
Like-
is people would come to me and want me to produce music for them, like want me to be their producer.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, bet. I know a studio where you can record your songs at as well.
Mhm.
So they would pay me for production, but
Mhm.
that they could have recorded wherever they wanted to.
Right. But
I'm
you're-
like looking out, like,
Gotcha.
hey, like the studio, if you want, you can record here. So the studio, I'm getting them like money from people who are paying studio time. They're paying the full rate. I'm not getting
So
commission. I'm not like, this is just off the strength.
Exactly.
And then like y'all want to charge me a fee to
Exactly.
be around? Like I just like the day that they told me about the fee, I had just finished a session where the fee that they were trying to charge me, they had just made twice that off of the session that I booked for them. Like, so I'm like, you want me to turn around and give you another $100? Like, why would I do that? Like, I know business, and this ain't it.
That ain't it.
This ain't it.
That ain't it. So y'all hear it. Y'all hear it from both of us. If it ain't it, it's no shame in that. Okay. So break it now.
Mhm.
Don't feel like you have to stay in it just so y'all can get to the top and be like, oh, we made it together. And y'all, no.
Mhm.
Because 9 times out of 10, if they doing shady stuff now, or if it's a little off now, when y'all make it to the top, they still gonna be doing
It's gonna,
underhanded
if y'all
shady
make
stuff.
it.
If y'all make it.
Because that's the other thing. Like, people be trying to hang on to stuff because they think they're gonna miss out on something.
Ooh,
Like,
FOMO.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I gotta stay down because when they get up, I want to make sure I'm
there.
Like, yeah,
in it.
they might never get up.
They
Let's
might
just
never
consider
get
that.
up.
And you
even if
and
they
you tie
do,
yourself to that.
Yeah, and even if they do you really want a part of that? Because
Right.
sometimes it could be selling your soul.
Yep.
What all you have to give up? Like London was saying, she would be in the car just like, okay, turn me off and go in. Like, no, you don't want to have to turn you off.
Exactly.
It want to be perfect fit. Okay.
Yep.
And so we're gonna go into the faith-filled segment on that note. And so I just have a little something for you guys. So really quick, I want to talk about giving up versus giving up. Okay. And so when people saw Jesus going to the cross, some people saw him giving up, like his hands up. And of course, we all see him on the cross, his hands stretched out, palms face forward. And it's like almost like, okay, I gave up, like giving up, right? And sometimes that could be one person's perspective. Even I think one of the guys on the cross that was on his right side told him, well, you're the son of man, so you can take yourself down. You don't have to be up here, whatever. It looked like you're giving up or whatever. And so, but that's one person's perspective. But there's another side where it's like Jesus actually came with his palms out. Like, I'm giving up. I've given up myself, given up my body. I'm giving up, not giving up. And so there's two different stuff, two different perspectives. So I give up my body for you guys. My blood is being shed for y'all, and I am giving up. I am the sacrifice. I am not sacrificing. I am the sacrifice, like, period.
Mhm.
And so I want you guys to kind of see that and see that, Jesus, his body was given up for you, for me, for everybody in this world who chooses to receive him. He didn't just give up and say, oh, they chasing me, so I'm tired of running, let me just give up. Nah, that wasn't the case. He said there's something greater. And so sometimes, like when it comes to your situation, your friendships, toxicity, lifestyles, things that aren't serving you anymore, you have to know, like, you not just giving up and saying, oh, this friendship, I'm just tired of it, I give up, it ain't working, we ain't never gonna make it. No, because the enemy will try to make you think that, but you're giving up, right? You're giving up and saying, you know what, God, I trust that you have something better for me. And so I am I'm the clay and you're the potter. So I'm giving up to you, God. So I'm yours. So you let me walk into the relationships that you want me to have. You let me find the people that you want me to find.
Yes.
And if it's not here, that's okay. But I'm giving up to you, God, and for your purpose. And so that's the faith-filled moment. I just want to tag you in on that. If you have anything to say on that.
I think like that's very powerful because Jesus had the choice, and he chose to be on the cross. So it could never, from my perspective, I see what you're saying, but from a Christian perspective, we don't look at it as he gave up.
Come on.
We look at it as like that was his choice. Like, even when he was praying in the garden, he was like, God, like, if it's any other way, Like, let me know. Like, but nonetheless, not my will, but let your will be done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think in the sense of giving up, what we're giving up for real is control of our situation, and we're giving it back to God.
That's good.
So whatever decisions you're making, like, just to emphasize what you were saying, is like, I trust God's plan over my life. You know what I'm saying? I trust that whoever I need to be connected to, he will connect, because God is the ultimate source. Whoever he wants to use as a resource is on him.
Ultimate.
But I don't have to stay in a toxic situation. I don't have to be in anything that isn't serving me and feeling like I'm going to miss out on something, or I'm giving up on that. No, I'm giving control to God and trusting him in my situation. So yes, I feel you 1,000%.
Come on, y'all have to give control to God.
Come on now.
Let him make a way for you. Y'all already see what he did.
Listen,
right here.
Listen.
Okay, so greater works.
Okay.
Come on, somebody. Greater works shall he do.
Yes.
And so yeah, definitely stand on that for real, and know that, like, you know, it's all of the things that we want to do, the things that we want to accomplish. Guess what? It's not even ours, it's the Lord's anyways, right? And so once you remove that pressure of networking, friendships, social circles, all of those things, and just know, like, okay, how good would it be if we just anyways get together and gather amongst the presence of the Lord, and I find, you know, people that share, you know, my same thought pattern and belief, that can encourage me and love on me, lift me up when I'm down. Just submit that to God, y'all, and just trust and know that, you know, everything will work out.
Yes.
And so before we wrap it up, I have one more question from Miss London Elixir. What's one thing that you would tell your younger self?
About friendships or entrepreneurship or anything?
Just a mixture of the two. Because I know, like, your network and your friendships kind of tie into your entrepreneurship. So if you were just starting off and not knowing that, what would you say to yourself?
Honestly, I would just say to keep my my personal end goal in mind in every decision I make. Because I think a lot of times I put myself in situations where I was giving more to other people's visions and other people's ideas than I was to myself. And it took me leaving that situation or being put in a position where I had to leave, because God will put you in a position to make you uncomfortable. Like, it's time to move. And like, to realize, dang, all that energy I was putting into them, had I been putting that same energy into my own visions and my own dreams, I could be closer to my own goal.
Oh, I received that. She talking to me, y'all. She's talking to me, okay? I don't know. The Lord just told her to tell me that.
Yeah, because I wasn't even thinking about that. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Receive it.
I received it. But so good. No, all jokes aside, so good. Your personal end goal in mind.
Yes.
And you wouldn't say that's selfish.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I think, like, a lot of times, especially as Christians, you know, you want to be giving, you want to be helpful to other people. You want to make sure you're, like, furthering God's kingdom and mission. But a lot of times, like, if you're not focused on what your own purpose is, you can't really help somebody else anyway. Like, because you're not in position. Like, a lot of times, like, wherever you're supposed to be, God already has people in position who you're not thinking about, who are watching you. So those people who are supposed to be learning from you, if you're not where you're supposed to be, God got them focused on where you're supposed to be. So they looking over here and you over here, and you, like, worried about the wrong things. If you
because you're still called to them,
you're still called to them. Exactly. So you got to get to your position and let God do the rest. So just focus on God, like, and keep your, like, whatever you feel like God's purpose is for your life, stay in tune with him, because nothing you do, like, really matters if God is not in it. Like, they say, like, the horse is made ready. This is a proverb. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. I keep that on my spirit all the time, because it's like, you can sit here and ready this horse all day, but victory is with God. So it don't matter. Like, if you're not with God and you over here doing a million other things, none of that matters, because you're not in your purpose. Like, you gotta get with God and let him tell you what you're supposed to be doing. So faith without works is dead. Of course, works without faith could be just as dead. So that's like,
this is preaching. Y'all better be filled up over there. Is the mic on?
Is it on?
Okay, y'all better be filled up with Faith over there on the other end of this, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're listening on audio, driving to work in the car, whatever you're doing. I hope this podcast really encouraged you. London's story is so unique, and I'm so excited to see that she's just on the brink of what God is doing in her life. So I'm so excited to see more of what is going to come through her initiatives, through TikTok. Follow her on TikTok, y'all, through her DJing, through the books, through the films, everything that she's doing. And so y'all follow along for the journey. Her website is www.londonelixir.com, and you can follow her on Instagram at LondonElixirLX. Okay, so please check her out and check out the podcast. Share this podcast with somebody else. Follow us on Instagram, pod for your underscore girl. Y'all, the links are going to be down below. So follow us on all of our social media platforms and share this with somebody. For the Girl segment, we are taking Refer Your Girls now. So y'all can refer a girl that you guys know is amazing, doing wonderful things out here. Okay. So I'm excited to see everything from my sis, everything for this podcast. Stay tuned for more. Hit us up on social media and we'll be waiting. Bye. I hope y'all enjoy. Till the next time.
Oh, look at the balloons.
Oh.
Where did them come from?
I don't know.
That was cool.
Okay.